Howdy, everybody. This is Leo Cloutier with Malice to It None. We're here at Fenway Park today, and it's indeed a pleasure to have as our guest former Major League great, slugger in his day, now a coach of the Boston Red Sox. I'd like to welcome to our program Coach Don Lenhardt. Welcome, Don.
Hey, Leo, I like that complimentary introduction there.
Every bit of it is deserved. That's why you got it, Don. Don, this ballpark, of course, brings great memories to you. You've got a ball club now that looks as though it's going to get into the contention, so to speak, the American League pennant, but as I say, it brings back memories. You once, or on several occasions, hit many historic home runs in this ballpark, but one particular one sailed some 500 feet, if I recall.
Yeah, I remember it well, Leo, although I really like this ballpark. I don't know what it is. I think it's probably like our games that we've been playing against Kansas City the last couple of years. It's not a jinx. I think you just like to play against a particular club, and I like to play in particular ballparks and maybe face particular pitching staffs. I couldn't explain it, but I did hit much better in this ballpark. I hit well in Philadelphia. Again, I don't know if Philadelphia had a lot of left-hand pitchers, which of course could have made a difference too, but they were just sharp fences and they were just great to hit in.
Don, when did you play your last game?
I played in 1954 right here with the Red Sox.
Yes.
And I've been with the Red Sox ever since. I came to them the first time in '52 and then was consequently traded. Eventually ended up back with the Browns, who were transferred to Baltimore, who traded me back to Boston, and I've been scouting and helping out in spring training ever since then.
Speaking about the Browns, the St. Louis Browns, Don, they were the doormats of the American League for some time, but once they made the move to Baltimore, things changed.
They had a lot, well, of course they changed personnel also, but we had a lot of good ball players, and I just couldn't explain why we didn't win more, because we had pitchers like Turley, we had Larson, had catchers like Lawler and Moss. We had good personnel, and I don't know, it was just one of those things. We just couldn't get started.
And then you go back a few years, there was yourself playing, there was Vern Stevens, there was Al Zarella, Kramer pitching. My goodness, those were good ball players.
Yeah, we had good ball players, as I said, and I just saw an old Brownie here the other day. I would never recognize him. Of course, he pitched before I started playing, although I did work out in the ballpark when he was on the ball club. That was Eldon Ocker.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I had the pleasure of meeting him a few years ago here. He was quite a pitcher in his day.
He was very good, yes.
He pitched for the Tigers. Didn't he come to Boston for a while?
He was with Boston, I'm sure, Leo. I don't remember the exact time, but he looks good, too. I saw him over here, and he looks very good.
Don, how do you think the Red Sox are shaping up? Do you think they're just about ready to get into the thick of it, so to speak?
Leo, if we can just get consistency, and I'm not just referring to the pitching, I'm talking about the hitting. We just cannot, seems like consecutive days we can't do the same thing that we did the day before. Last night, fortunately, we had pitching and hitting, which is the ideal situation.
You have to put those two together, don't you?
I just hope John Curtis looked good again, and I think that our ball club is in a transition stage where we're going to younger ball players, if at all possible.
And the young ball players you've used so far, like Miller, and of course you're using Fisk, and now Curtis, certainly and Ogilvy, they certainly have delivered, haven't they?
Yes, they've been very good. Rick has hit well. He's hit home runs. He hasn't done anything but hit home runs, but he hasn't played much. An excellent outfielder, and has a good arm, as you know, and runs well. Ogilvy does the same thing. Ogilvy may be just a little better hitter at this time, but we're trying to get Rick just to level the bat off and hit more line drives rather than the fly ball.
Youngsters of that caliber, Don, they certainly speak well for the future of the Red Sox.
I think so, and there are a lot of good prospects at Louisville, which, again, it seems like writers, not referring to you particularly, but they want to rush things, and we know our personnel probably better than anybody, and it's just a matter like Fisk. They say, well, why didn't you start the season with Fisk? Well, there were certain reasons that we didn't, but now he's playing regularly and he's producing.
That's right. First of all, Carlton was, I think, engulfed up there in snow while you were practicing here during the strike, and he couldn't get out.
Carlton had, I think the biggest thing that set Carlton back was probably the shoulder injury, which is why he didn't hit in the minors. I don't know why they say he wouldn't hit, because I don't think he's going to lead the league, but he certainly can hit the long ball, which is going to win a lot of games for us.
When you reach that center field wall like he's made a practice of recently, it speaks pretty well for his hitting down.
He hits the ball straight away, and he has power to all fields, which he's hit a couple of home runs in right field also on the road. He seems to arise to the situation. If we need the hit, he seems to be the one that's been getting it for us.
That's a wonderful thing for a rookie, Jim.
It is excellent. I hope he continues.
Don, how about his arm and his handling of pitches?
I'd
He's
say
new.
his arm's probably one of the better ones in the league.
So.
Yeah, he's got, as you could see last night when he threw out Otis.
right.
It had to be a perfect throw, and it was a perfect throw.
There's a fellow who stole 52 bases last year.
That's correct. Of course, he was stealing at an inopportune time, but it
Yes,
went well for us.
Yes, it certainly was. Don, the hitting of you got a ball player on this ball club that I don't think he's reached his potential yet. He could and may develop into one of the best. I'm talking about Reggie Smith. There's nothing that guy can't do.
No, Reggie he's a great athlete. I think that he could probably be a star in almost any field that he went into, and I'm referring to other sports, professional sports, because he's a great athlete. He can tumble, he can do everything. And I think it's a lot of it to me is just, I think it's mental a lot of times when he comes out to the ballpark. Is he, it's a thing of doing it day in and day out and day in and day out, and not letting things bother him, which they seem to do, and he gets a bit angry, and then of course it affects his play.
That attitude is so important.
Attitude has a lot to do with it. If you're born with the basic ability, I think then attitude is the next thing that's most important.
If he can straighten out his attitude, he could become one of the greats, couldn't he?
I think so, very much so.
Fellow bats left and right with equal ability.
That's correct. He does a number of things well. Last night he proved that he can steal bases. He's never stolen a lot of bases, but I don't think he's really attempted or been that aggressive on the bases.
That's true. Well, Don, it's certainly been a pleasure to talk to you here like always, and I certainly want to wish you and the Boston Red Sox worlds of luck for that divisional title, that pennant, and then that World Series.
Leo, it's been my pleasure.
Thank you very much, Don. This was an interview with Don Lenhardt, the former Major League great, now a coach with the Boston Red Sox, and this brings us to the end with Malice Toward None for today. Until tomorrow at the same time, from Fenway Park, Leo Cloutier, good day.
Yeah, you can't lose that.
Thanks a bit.
Thank you for listening to Leo Cloutier with Malice Toward None. This is Chris, Leo's son. It has been my great pleasure to bring you these radio broadcasts created by my father. The original recordings are on old analog magnetic tape, and it is a considerable expense to have them transferred to digital formats so that you can enjoy them on your computer. It is for this reason that there are periods of time when I am not uploading, because I am saving my pennies to pay for the digital transfers. And so I'm asking you to donate, especially those of you who value these old recordings and wish to continue to hear them uploaded to YouTube. I still have many hundreds of reels yet to transfer with dozens of interviews per reel. But I need your help to get it moving along and complete the entire collection of interviews before my own time on Earth has passed. For those of you who donate $100, I will send you a vintage original Ted Williams poster, the 406 poster designed by me in 1991 for the baseball dinner. It commemorated Ted Williams' 50th anniversary of his hitting 406. This is the same poster that sold in 1991, and I have some copies of it left. The original printing, measuring 18 by 24, the colors are rich and vibrant. It is like new. So make a donation to the Leo Cloutier Sports Channel of $100 and get this vintage poster. It will be sent to you rolled in a sturdy tube via UPS. See our Venmo payment information in the video description below. And thank you for being with Leo Cloutier and his baseball whirl. To read more of his work, go to leocloutier.com.